Well, here it is, Friday the 18th, and we have nothing but bad news as always. The wonderful Commander-in-Chief, I guess that's what you call him, I think the more appropriate term is Dictator-in-Chief, has decided that he's going to continue to wage war by opening up the southern borders. He's taking these children, who, by the way, are no children at all. They are averaging between the age of 14 and 18, and spiriting them off to points unknown, refusing to tell anybody where they are actually taking them. And you got to remember that it was already reported that these people from points unknown are carriers of, in many cases, diseases uncommon to the North American continent. The Federation is under attack right now. It's under attack by the DHS, HHS, any number of other alphabet agencies. They're facilitating this. The brownshirts are growing in strength. Their ability to gain arms in the numbers and fashion that the average American is not able to get has just continually escalated. The latest egregious problem that has come before us is the banning of AK-47 parts and guns from Russia. They have this wonderful excuse to do that now, so here you go. Second Amendment, be damned. First Amendment, be damned. There is nothing in that Constitution that they give one hoot about or any serious concern. The media continues to carry the weight, and we continue to talk, and that's the curious part, talk. We've got men down there on the southern border right now, and they are doing what they can to try and stem the flow. They are in dire need of money and supplies. And you will respond to the ads coming through your email when they're asking for your support for the politicians that are now going to be running for office. Billions will be spent on that by you, and nothing will go to the people that are trying to protect your freedoms. What the hell is wrong with you? Look for the militia sites. You will find the pleas are out there. This is serious stuff, folks. We need to get people to the border and do the job that the Border Patrol is not allowed to do. And if they prevent the militia from doing it, then we're going to have a real battle on our hands, because somebody's got to protect that border, and the president, whose job it is to do just that, is not. When are you going to get it? He's waging war against you. He's giving benefits to these illegal aliens, even though we now have more people getting benefits from the federal government than we have people working. Do you see any problem with that? I do. One of these days, you're gonna wake up. Maybe it'll be too late, and everything is pointing in that direction, unfortunately. But if you get to see this, I'm sure you'll shake your head and say, that's interesting. Now let me go see what's on television tonight. That being the more important aspect of your life. Those that are fighting for your freedom, the only ones that are fighting for your freedom, are on the southern border right now. And they need your help. What will you do? Will you pack up and go down there and assist them, which is what you should be doing? I doubt it. Will you send them money, which they really need, so that they can afford to bring more of their brother in arms down there? I doubt it. That's the sorry state of affairs we are in right now. Everybody has been dumbed down by the school system. They have been treated like mushrooms, kept in the dark by a media that is under the complete control of the legal system and the bankers, who in turn have control over Washington. But you don't even know that story yet, do you? We've been trying to give it to you, but you haven't really been paying attention. I understand. I do. You can't be bothered. Life is dear. Life is sweet. And you don't care that it's purchased at the cost of chains and slavery. Haven't you any kind of recollection as to what the founders had to say about this kind of situation? Folks, if we wish to be free, if we mean to preserve inviolate those inestimable privileges for which we have been so long content, if we mean not basely to abandon the noble struggle in which we have been so long engaged, and which we have pledged ourselves never to abandon until the glorious object of our contest shall be obtained, we must fight. I repeat it, sir, we must fight. An appeal to arms and to the God of hosts is all that is left us. They tell us, sir, that we are weak, unable to cope with so formidable an adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be next week or next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed? And when a brown shirt guard shall be stationed in every house? Shall we gather strength by irresolution and inaction? Shall we acquire the means of effectual resistance by lying supinely on our backs, hugging the delusional phantom of hope until our enemies shall have bound us hand and foot? Sir, we are not weak if we make proper use of those means which the God of nature hath placed in our power. The millions of people, armed in the holy cause of liberty, and in such a country as that which we possess, are invincible by any force which our enemy can send against us. Besides, sir, we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God who presides over the destinies of nations, and who will raise up friends to fight our battles with us. The battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, the brave. Besides, sir, we have no election. If we were base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. There is no retreat, but in submission and slavery. Our chains are forged. Their clanking may be heard on the streets of every major town in this country. The war is inevitable, and let it come. I repeat, sir, let it come. It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war is actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north or from the south will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it that you wish? What would you have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God! I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Yes, I took a little liberty with that. But these are the times. Everything is in front of you. It's plain as day. Those that are in alleged positions of power are waging war against you. They are slapping you time and time again. Your back is against the wall. What will you do? The country is in your hands. You can choose to ignore messages like this as some wild-eyed crazy who doesn't know what he's talking about. You can do that. Or you can try, just try, and understand that the people you have voted for and continue to vote for are part of a corporation. They're not part of a constitutional republic. That was taken away from you by your wonderful friend FDR. He pledged you and all of our property as collateral, your flesh and blood person, and that of your children and your grandchildren. He pledged them as collateral, and to this day, that collateral is being pledged. And you haven't a clue how this is happening. So it would be kind of ridiculous for me to try and explain that to you, because you haven't done your homework. You didn't even know you had homework to do. But you do. The nation is only maintained by those who are vigilant. And right now, that number is woefully small. We have the numbers. We have the arms. There are any number of former military that are merely waiting for America to find some gonads, to find some inner strength, and stand up to this criminal enterprise that is acting very much like a mafia. RICO violations are a daily occurrence. Lies are all you hear coming out of the media and out of Washington. But I guess the lies are what you want to hear, because it allows you to, go to work every day and make a little money and come home and keep your life going? Is that what it is? Because you're paying for a house that, by the way, you don't own and will never own? Paying for a car that you don't own and will never own? Yeah, you can use it. But you're renting it by virtue of the taxes. Everything is taxed. You just don't get it. That's not America. It's not what this federation was designed to be. You are a U.S. citizen, unless you've taken steps to remove yourself from that particular state of bondage, like some of us have. But then again, you don't understand what the significance of that is. It's not to say you're un-American. It's quite the opposite. You see, those people who have removed themselves from this bondage are now the only ones who can lift their voice and talk against this monster, this leviathan that you call your government. You cannot. You are the slaves. And at some point, if you gather a strong enough voice, the slaves, due to their insurrection, will have to be put down. That's what slave masters do. And as long as you are a part of the corporate United States, and you are a corporate slave. (1933). Remember that as they fit you for their chains. 1933. It was bankruptcy. And that bankruptcy has been ongoing ever since. There are rumors around that a new set of documents has been crafted. More likely than not, a new bankruptcy. But it doesn't matter, because the same controllers are in control again. They may change their names. It was the International Monetary Fund. It was the UN. You say, UN, it doesn't control anything. Think again, folks. Do a little research, and what you're going to find is going to scare the hell out of you, or scare you straight. We shall see. I'm not a betting man, but I'll tell you what, if I had to bet, it's even money right now. The fluoride in the water has really neutered you. It's made you complacent. The drugs you take from the pharmaceuticals, same thing. All of it, believe it or not, has been a plan. You may think of it as a conspiracy. If that's what floats your boat, go for it. But when a conspiracy is proven to be true, what then? All of the warnings you've been given are coming true. It's right in front of your face. So at this point, I really don't know what to tell you, except that the news of the day is one more crisis after another, giving aid and shelter to illegal children. And they're not children, they're between the age of 14 and 18. They're going to the people who have been paid the most to take care of them. Both the Baptist churches and the Catholic Church have received, let's see if I can find the money. I don't know what the actual dollar amount is, but reports here recently state that they have just paid $50 million for a resort for them to go to. Think about it. You're illegal aliens coming here, being shipped to a resort. Your money being used to bring them here by design. We know that it was planned at least as early as January, probably well before that. And it's such a big surprise. You're meeting it. That boob tube that you're going to go to when all is said and done here tonight, that's the crap they're feeding you, and you're buying it time and time again. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I know that I was at the the county commission meeting, let's see, it was Tuesday night. I did not get the opportunity to put forward what I needed to put forward. I was told that I needed to give them a heads up as to what was coming, because the implication that they are involved in a form of government by virtue of being associated with the Atlanta Regional Commission, that's happening all over the country. Bureau commissioners and at least one mayor from one major city in your county are part of this region, whereby they're attempting to reduce the nation to 11 mega cities, mega regions, and give you a new form of government. I went to the Atlanta Regional Commission, and I did stand up in front of them and remind them that it is a form of sedition what they're doing, because it has its roots in the Rockefeller Center. It has its roots in something called ICLEI, I-C-L-E-I, and it has its roots in Agenda 21. It has permeated just about every county in the nation. You hear the words of sustainability, green, and several other catchphrases, all designed to make you aware that in order for this system of government, not ours, but the one that they're going to impose, in order for it to work, well, you're going to have to do your part as a good little communist, which is what it's all about. You'll do your part. Your chains have been cast. You will be fitted. Your part in the government program of work will be set aside only if you are proven to be invalid, because short of that, you will be worked until you pretty much die, because there's no need to keep the old people around anymore. There's no need to protect the veterans of foreign wars, the veterans of prior wars. There's no need for that anymore. We've allowed this to happen. And instead of taking those hard-earned dollars, which are dwindling every year, and spending them on the people that are actually involved in fighting for your freedom, instead of giving them to candidates who will just perpetrate the fraud time and time again, well, you get what you pay for, folks. Yes, it is rather insane. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting to get different results. I'm sorry for you. I am. I will continue to fight as best I can. Whether or not you choose to get engaged is up to you. You need to be pointed first to the information that will at least educate you enough so that you understand what has happened, because you don't have a clue. You don't. And it will take too long for me to explain it all to you right here and now. But I gave you an overview. What happened in 33. And it continues to this day. 81 years straight. We've been under emergency powers, whereby the executive, who is a president, has the authority to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, by utilizing something called the law of necessity. The Libra Code has been implemented ever since then, and we have been under a soft form of martial law. It's been plainly placed in front of your nose and you don't even realize it. Every court, every major, not even major, every government building proudly displays the military flag, and you don't give a damn about it. You don't even know what it means. Well, let me tell you something in closing. The government is not under martial law because of the flag. The flag is flown because we are under martial law. I think you can grasp the difference. We are. You don't know it, but you're about to find out. And this war that is being waged, for all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to be a chemical war that has just been unleashed by this messiah to some, Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, or whoever the hell he is. So, with numbers comes victory. Short of that, get used to your chains, folks. Personally, I won't be fitted. There's more to come. I'll post as I can. Good evening. This is Carl Alfred with YLN.tv.